Hello, everyone. It's Brett with United States English. English as a second language. If you're watching this, you're probably trying to learn English. I'm not going to hold you. Let's get to it. Uh, this is greetings and introductions. One reason I'm inspired to make this channel is I'm a big fan of Chan Sung Jung, the Korean zombie. Um, I'm working on learning Korean. Not saying much. I'm not good at it, but I want people to be able to learn English. I want to help people learn English. Simple goal of the channel. Let's get into it. Greetings and introductions. Got this little PowerPoint set up. So in English, there are many ways to say hello. Depending on the circumstance, some are a little more business oriented. You might say it's your job. Some you can say to your friends. Uh, if I'm talking to a friend, I might just say sup, but that's very informal. So hello, hey, hi. These are the most common. I would say hello is by far the most common. Very friendly. Uh, it's formal as well. You can say hello. That's fine. What's up? Very informal. As I said earlier, to a friend, I might just say sup. So, if you have a coworker and it's like a casual setting, what's up? That's fine. I wouldn't say that to your boss. You wouldn't want to say to your boss, what's up? Good morning if it's before 12 p.m. So good afternoon if it's between 12 and 5. So you might go to work in the morning, say good morning. If you're talking to somebody in the middle of the day, you might say good afternoon. Or at night, you can say good evening. Um, these are not so set in stone. Like you don't have to get it right. If I say good morning to somebody at night, they might just, ha, it's not morning. Not a big deal. I wouldn't worry about it too much. But if you're having trouble figuring out which one to say, you could just stick to hello. That's fine. So introducing yourself would be another one. If you're meeting a new person that you've never met before, say, hey, my name is Brett. Hello, I am Brett. Or, hey, I'm Brett. If you're in a more business setting for work or a little more formal, you don't know the person, say, hello, I'm Brett. Nice to meet you. You don't have to say nice to meet you. It just depends. Like if I'm talking to somebody at a gas station, I'm not gonna say nice to meet you. I'm not even gonna really say I'm Brett. I'm just gonna say, hello, can I get this or something. They're not gonna find it rude. You don't have to tell your name to every single person in English. I don't think it's that standard. But if you're gonna interact with them, work with them, see them often, it is nice to give them your name. But you don't have to, at McDonald's, hey, I'm Brett. Nice to meet you at McDonald's. I can make a whole video on order at McDonald's, but so asking someone their name, say, what is your name? In English, we abbreviate a lot. So instead of saying, what is your name? You could just say, what's your name? So you kind of take out this I. So instead of what is your name, what's your name? Or excuse me, what is your name? This one is more business oriented, or if you're shopping in a store, trying to get help at a store, say, excuse me, what is your name? Pretty simple. Now, when someone greets you, you can just say, if somebody tells you, hey, my name is Brett, say, it's nice to meet you. There's a lot of different ways to say this. Most people are not going to say, it is nice to meet you. They're going to say, it's nice to meet you. Or they might even just say, nice to meet you. So, these three sentences, those three, they're all the same thing. It's really not that different. It's just some people talk a little more abbreviated than others will talk, longer, more formal. In a really formal setting, You could say pleased to meet you or it's a pleasure to meet you. Now, I'll say the way I talk and the way most people talk in America, it's probably just going to be it's nice to meet you. If somebody said it's a pleasure to meet you, I'd almost think they're like a college professor or something. They're probably a little more educated. For 90% of America, nice to meet you is probably more common. But you could, if someone told me it's a pleasure to meet you, I would just think they're nice. I wouldn't think anything of it. So, but yeah, this one's definitely the most common. Nice to meet you. Then here's some common phrases during a greeting. They might say, how are you? How is it going? Hey, how's it going? Or how are you doing? These are all the same question. Really, when someone asks you this, most of the time you just say, I'm good. Some people actually want to know. Like some people might ask you this. You say, I'm good. And they want to know more. Like, how are you actually doing? But most of the time it's just a, hey, what's up? Hey man, how you been? That's another one too. Very informal. How you been? So I would say how are you is the most common, very formal, um, or how are you doing? But if it's a friend and it's really casual, like you're at the gym or something, how you been? That's cool. So here's some responses to the common phrases, and I pretty much sorted them. So the very top one is you're just doing okay, and the very bottom you're doing amazing, great, fantastic. But you could say I'm doing fine. How are you? Most of the time people just say I'm fine and you, like they abbreviate a lot. This one, if you talk to like a cowboy type or someone not that friendly, they might just say fine, you. They might not even ask. There's some people you might ask them, how are you doing today? Fine. Might not even ask. Some people are a little more friendly. I typically say I'm doing good or I'm good. I'm great would be if you're really better than good. And you can just say the word. So you could say I'm fantastic, or you could just say fantastic. Even if they ask how are you doing, you can just say good. So you can see there's a lot of variety here. No one's going to nitpick you. There's a lot of different ways to say hello. It's not that big a deal. Um, if typically the shorter you are, the more people are going to think you're not that friendly. So if you want to come off as a friendly person, somebody asks how you're doing, I'm doing good. How are you? That's a really friendly interaction. Where if you just say good, they're going to think you don't really want to talk to them. So here's some dialogues. This is like a more casual one if you're meeting somebody. Hi, what's your name? Hello, I'm Jake. Typically in America, if you meet somebody, you shake their hand. So, hey, I'm so and so. Shake their hand. Like I said, you don't have to do this if you're like ordering food or something. But if you're meeting someone you're going to interact with a little more, it is nice to get the introduction. So, hi, what's your name? Hello, I'm Jake. Nice to meet you, Jake. How are you? I'm doing great, thanks. How about you? I'm good, thanks for asking. So you can add some thanks in here. It seems a little friendlier when you do that. I think it's good to repeat the name as well. Someone says, I'm so and so. Say, nice to meet you, so and so. So and so is a phrase in English that it's just like any random name. But if they say, hey, I'm Jake, nice to meet you, Jake. Hey, I'm Brett, nice to meet you, Brett. If you didn't catch their name, you could say, what's your name? Nice to meet you. Most of the time, people aren't going to be picky. If they hear your accent, they're going to know this guy maybe doesn't speak the best English. So they're going to be pretty understanding most of the time. I don't know why my head's small. So here is a more formal business type. Like if you're at work one day, this will be a more common conversation. Good morning. My name is Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. My name is Tom. It's a pleasure to meet you, Tom. The pleasure is mine. How are you doing today? I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm doing well, thank you. Now, there's a lot of added stuff if you notice. This one they say, I'm Jake. Nice to meet you, Jake. They kind of repeat it back. This one's a little more formal. My name is Sarah instead of just I'm Sarah. And then they say, good morning, Sarah, to repeat it back. My name is Tom. A little more formal. Saying it's a pleasure to meet you, just happy to meet you. Then the pleasure is mine is kind of like, oh no, I'm happier. It's just something people say. You could take this out and it would still be fine. This is pretty formal, but, just for example, if you're worried about this long paragraph, because it's a lot to remember, you could just, I'm going to abbreviate all of this. So, morning, I'm Sarah. Morning. You could even just say morning. You hardly have to say good. Morning, Sarah. I'm Tom. Then instead of it's a pleasure to meet you, you can just say it's nice to meet you, Tom. You don't even need to say this. You could just say, how are you doing today? It's just as nice. So, I'm good. Thank you. Don't even really have to say thank you. You could just say, I'm fine. And you? I'm doing well. So you can see there's a lot of extra stuff that you can take out. You don't have to have every little bit in there. There's a lot of flexibility with greetings in English, but if you can just remember, hello, just say hello. Then, hello, I'm Brett, or I'm Rodrigo, or whatever your name is, It's pretty simple. I think most Americans are pretty gentle when they're greeting somebody, unless you go to New York or something. I don't know if they're as friendly up there, but hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. I want to help you learn English, and I'm very confident that you can learn English. So I'm here to help you.